I'm on a mission this year to help as many people as possible reach their weight loss goals. I want to share with you all the lessons that I've learned in the 14 months that it took me to lose 156 pounds. I was talking to my friend at the gym this morning. She has just started her weight loss journey, and she said that last night she happened to walk in front of a full-length mirror, and all of a sudden it started making her feel so down about herself. And it reminded me of when I started my weight loss journey. I was expecting that 20 pounds or that 30 pounds that I was losing to be so obvious in my body that it was discouraging that I couldn't see it at all. I remember having this conversation with my husband right when I first started. I had already lost like 20 or 30 pounds like right off the bat. And I weighed 303 pounds, mind you. So that first 20 pounds that came off was probably just like inflammation and water weight. Those kind of things come off right away. And it makes that weight drop immediately when you first start, and then it slows down. But I had just lost like the 20 or 30 pounds or so, and I was so proud of myself. But every time I told him that I lost that much weight, his reaction wasn't as spectacular as I was expecting. I was expecting a bigger reaction, and I was like, why are you not getting excited about this? And he says, well, I mean, honestly, I really can't see the difference. Well, that hurt my feelings. And then I got to thinking, well, you probably aren't noticing, because look, this right here, this is a 4-pound bag of sugar, okay? But when you lose 4 pounds, you're not going to see this chunk come off of your body in one particular place. The thing is it's going to come from weird places, okay? It's going to come from your armpits. It's going to come from your fingers and your wrist and your arms and all over your face. Most of the time we lose on our face or our neck or right in here. You're going to see it like your shoe size may change. It's going to come like in tiny little doses all over your body. So when you start to see that scale go down and you walk in front of that mirror and you don't see a physical change in your body, it's discouraging. But I tell you what, about the 60-pound mark, and that 60 pounds is a lot to lose. That's when I finally started to notice the difference. My clothes were still the same. I started out in a size 22 and I'm still wearing a 22 after I'd lost 60 pounds. And I'm like, where is it coming from? But I started to notice it on my outer thighs. As I was walking around, I was constantly doing this right here because something just felt different. Like I'm walking around and I'm like, it's like those saddlebags that used to be right here are starting to change shape. I started to feel like a little bit of an indentation in there, and that's kind of a weird place. Nobody's really going to notice that place. And then I started to like feel bones protruding in places that I had not even noticed them before. Before you knew it, I started to feel like different changes all throughout my body. The scale was showing a change, but my clothes were not, but my hands could tell the difference. My husband started to be able to feel a difference with his hands as well. A good bit of weight will come off first before you start to see a difference in your sizes. I want to say I was around 75 pounds down before I went down a size. Next thing you know, I'm in an 18. Then I completely skipped the 16s and the 14s. And without realizing it, I started being able to wear a 12. And then I skipped the 10s and started being able to wear an 8. And that's where I finished up. Altogether, I lost 156 pounds, but half of the weight was gone before I started dropping a size. And then the other half of the weight was all inches coming off, and I started to drop drastically. And there's really no way to target a certain area either. Like you can target certain muscles, you can work your ab muscles, you can work your biceps and your legs, but the weight's going to come off where it comes off, and you can't have any kind of control over that. I went from a triple D cup down to like a low C, high B cup, and I had no control over that. I lost my butt too. I feel great at this point. I'm happy just to feel better. All I'm trying to say is don't get discouraged if you don't see a difference in the first few pounds. You will lose evenly throughout your body. I've taken notice a time or two that I at least lost weight evenly. Like my arms, one arm is not any bigger than the other arm. One leg isn't any bigger than the other leg. So my body lost the weight evenly. So that means all those little places that you probably don't even notice at all is probably losing inches too. So be patient. I'd love to help any way that I can. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section and I'm happy to help.